Welcome to Plan9Crunch. I'm Doug Gibson, and we're going to talk some Ed Wood right now. How many of you have seen the film The Sun Was Setting, which was filmed at KTTV Studios in Los Angeles in December of 1951? This is very early Ed Wood, when he was just starting out in the industry. It's a soap opera-ish type drama of a woman who apparently has 2 months to live. She's got a disease of some sort. The actress was Angela Stevens, who had a pretty good career in Hollywood, not major, but she was in some Columbia comedy shorts. She was in a lot of low-budget films. She was actually had uncredited roles in some major films, like what's the film called? From Here to Eternity was one. And she gets a visit from her boyfriend. And he was played by, Tom Keene. But Tom Keene was a Western star in the 30s and 40s, but his career was on the wane. Now, you do know Tom Keene was in Plan 9 from Outer Space also. But in this film, Tom Keene uses the name Richard Powers, which he used in some movies. Keene/Powers was in Creature with, I believe Creature with the Atom Brain. By the way, I think Angela Stevens was in The Outlaw Woman too. These are all cult films from the 50s. So, The Sun Was Setting is not, if you're a Wood fan, you need to see it. It's a pretty pedestrian, slow movie. 12 or 13 minutes of a woman who basically wants to go out and have a big night on the town, but her boyfriend and both her girlfriend are worried that it's too much for her. She'll just drop dead. Will Sloan, who wrote Ed Wood, Made in Hollywood, USA. I was reading a review of his comments on The Sun Was Setting on Letterboxd review site. And Sloan had a kind of fun with people saying, if you haven't seen this film about 3 times, you're not really an Ed Wood fan. I paraphrase, but that's basically what he was saying. Well, Will, I'll tell you, I've seen this film like 7 times now, so I qualify as an Ed Wood fan. And Joe Blevins, who has a wonderful site, Ed Wood Wednesdays, reviewed The Sun Was Setting, and he talked about maybe a couple scenes where you get some of Ed Wood's film quirks, where you see some shots of Angela Stevens close up. But otherwise, it's just a competently shot scene. Jack, can we watch a scene from this? WDBC Films present. And if you're an Ed Wood file like me, you'll know they're using the music from Glim or Glinda. Said it on the same time. Phyllis Coates, future Lois Lane. There's Angela Stevens.
Come in.
And there's Powers Keene/Keene.
Hello, beautiful.
Paul.
You look surprised. I just found out about your trouble, and I had to see you more than ever.
Oh, I wish you hadn't.
Look at me, June. Why couldn't it have been you to tell me? Seems I was the last to find out. Did you think it would make a difference?
I didn't know, Paul.
I tried to reach you every day, but you wouldn't answer the phone or the door. Then you sent word to me that you didn't want to see me anymore. I didn't know what was the trouble, and I couldn't find out.
Why couldn't you have just forgotten me? Or even hated me, Paul? Why did you have to come back? It would have been so easy if you'd just hated me.
Hate you when I love you so much?
Then you still love me, Paul.
I'll always love you.
I wish you didn't.
You don't really wish that?
No. I guess I don't really. But why did you have to come back, Paul?
Because you need me and I need you.
There'll be someone else. Later when...
No one can ever mean as much to me as you do.
Oh, it's easy for you to say that now, Paul.
I say it now and I'll say it forever.
I think you will, Paul.
Of course I will. June, will you marry me?
No.
I mean it, June. Won't you marry me?
No, Paul, I couldn't do that to you. Oh, how can I explain it?
There's nothing to explain. I don't care what happens in the next couple of months. I love you, June, and I want you. I want you as my wife, even for the little while that's left. Oh, please don't say no.
And in 2 months? No, I couldn't do that to you.
June, can't you see what you mean to me? I know what to expect.
You know what to expect. But do you realize what it means?
I don't get you.
Okay, Jack, we can cut away now. Okay, thank you. This is a potboiler of a movie, all right? It's a soap opera. And I sense some Ed Wood also in the dialogue. By the way, Ray Flynn was a cameraman in this film, and he was involved with some Ed Wood stuff early in his career. I don't know really. I love anything Ed Wood does. This film, I don't quite understand what the point is ultimately in the film. We're going to show one more scene where her boyfriend leaves for a little while, and her friend, played by Phyllis Coates, who just recently died, by the way, she was, I mentioned Lois Lane in the early TV shows, and also in one of the serials. And also, Phyllis Coates got to play a role in a TV show. I can't recall the name. It focused, maybe it was called Clark and Lois or something, all right? Back in the early part of the 21st century, she was also in that. But let's go to that second scene, Jack, all right?
I'll go even if I have to go alone.
She wants to go out, folks. Remember, and have a big night.
All right, come in.
My, don't we sound inviting tonight?
I'm sorry, Renee. I'm just a little upset, I guess.
Well, take it easy, kid. You shouldn't get upset. What's wrong?
I'll show them all.
What in the world do you think you're doing?
I'm going out.
Well, I've been telling you these past few months you should go out once in a while. Get your mind off things that are bothering you. When you locked yourself up in this room, seeing only me, I told you it was all wrong. I'm glad to see you're finally coming to your senses. A dinner and a good movie is just what you need.
Why must everyone recommend a dinner or a movie? I'm going night clubbing. My resting days are finished.
June, don't be ridiculous. You know what such an excursion would do to you? Why, your heart wouldn't last an hour in your condition.
An hour? 10 minutes? 2 seconds. I don't care anymore. It'll be fun while it lasts.
You're over 21. But, well, I wish you wouldn't.
You've been a real friend, Renee.
Okay, Jack,
And I appreciate it.
Did you notice the cut to a close-up of Angela Stevens? That's, I think, an Ed Wood trait in this movie. It kind of cracks me up that she has 2 months to live. If I have a disease and I have 2 months to live, I hope I look as healthy as Angela Stevens does in this film right now. And that may be a problem. She doesn't really look like someone who's going to die. I don't want to give away the ending. It's not really, it's not going to knock your socks off, okay? Tom King comes back. But it's worth watching, particularly if you're an Ed Wood fan. Now, I had my friend Dave Groot, who knows newspaper archives like nobody else, look to see if he could find in TV listings The Sun Was Setting playing, particularly in Los Angeles. He went through the entire decade, I think, and could not find this film playing, or at least listed as playing, on TV. Now, Wood was a novice, more or less, when he filmed this, but all these actors were established pros who had decent careers in mainstream film, more successful than Ed Wood. And so Joe Blevins agrees with me that I believe this film did play on TV at some point in the early 50s. Maybe we'll find out sometime. I don't think it sat on the shelf forever and never saw any playings around the time he made it. Wood made a lot of TV pilots, more than just this, and they weren't successful. He also made commercials. We'll probably show those someday. That he was hoping people could put their products in the commercials and be successful. And those really didn't pan out. But if you're an Ed Wood fan, this is something you should see. It shows that Wood was a competent filmmaker. And ironically, the more pedestrian his idea, the less effective he would be. You throw something bizarre like Glen or Glinda or Plan 9 from Outer Space or Bride of the Monster or Night of the Ghouls, and you get the idiosyncrasy, uniqueness that makes Ed Wood a cult film icon now. A film like this, he does it competently. It doesn't really, you don't see much cult in it, but it is indicative of his work at the time when he was learning his craft. So we hope you enjoyed The Sun Was Setting. Go see it. It's on, like I said, YouTube. It's about 13 minutes long. It's not a very long film, maybe a little bit longer than that. And we've enjoyed showing it to you today. I'm Doug Gibson. We're at Plan9Crunch YouTube page. Give us a subscribe. We're at Plan9Crunch.com. This is a traditional blog. And we're at TikTok. You can like us. And also you can like us at Plan9Crunch podcast and blog on Facebook. Thank you very much. And that's a wrap.